Agriculture is one of the biggest assets and one of the largest economic engines in our state, particularly in the Mississippi Delta. Last year, we experienced a huge hit to that economic success. The 2019 backwater flood was beyond catastrophic to the Delta's economy, which means it was beyond catastrophic to Mississippi's economy. It was also catastrophic to the infrastructure, to the workforce, and to our quality of life. Families who had lived in the Delta for generations, some were forced to pack up and move. Small businesses that had grown within their communities and supported them for years were forced to shut their doors. Homes that have stood for decades were either washed away or made unlivable. We know that Mississippians are strong and resilient, but they should never have to face a challenge like this alone. I know that many may feel that their problems and their pleas for help have been ignored, but I want everyone in the Mississippi Delta to know we have not forgotten about the flood, and we have not forgotten about you. We've been working on the project for many, many years in Mississippi. And on Monday, I sent a letter to the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers sharing a backwater impact report compiled by Director Michelle at MEMA. And as we work to support the Corps' efforts to address the flooding in the Yazoo backwater area. Because the only way through this is working together at all levels of government to help our beloved Delta. I'm going to let Senator Cindy Hyde-Smith, who we're so honored to have with us here today, as well as Commissioner Andy Gibson, go into more specifics. But as a numbers guy, I just want you to know that the cost of the backwater flooding to lives and livelihoods is in fact astronomical. Over 680 homes were affected by the standing floodwaters. 548,000 acres were inundated by the backwater, 231,000 of which were prime cropland. Crop damages collected by the USDA are expected to exceed $800 million. The Mississippi Department of Transportation had to spend over $1 million cleanup efforts, debris removal for our roads and bridges. And the revenue losses for wildlife management areas exceeded $310,000. And yet, much of the damage that occurred from the flood is still being counted. The actual economic impact is expected to be much, much higher. It will take years to fully realize, and it will take years to eventually recover from the horrific impacts that the flood has had on the Mississippi Delta. I want to be clear. I am grateful to the Corps of Engineers for the work that they have already done and continue to do for the people of Mississippi. We stand ready to assist the Corps in their evaluation of the Yazoo area pump project and to rebuild the Delta so we can emerge stronger together. At this time, I want to thank personally Senator Cindy Hyde-Smith, who has been a leader since serving in Congress on this issue, and quite frankly was a leader long before in her previous role as our Commissioner of Agriculture. Senator Cindy Hyde-Smith, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Governor Reeves, and for the opportunity to join you today. And I want to thank you for how you've led us through this storm, through COVID-19, and with MEMA, Greg Michelle and his staff. We have really gone through some things, but we've had a good leader in doing that, and the leadership displayed was pretty outstanding in my opinion. As the governor said, this is so important, this report that we've gotten back. Since I have been in the U.S. Senate, we have diligently worked on the Yazoo backwater pumps, which has been going on, as he said, for a very long time, but we have to substantiate the damage there. And that's one thing that this report does. And, you know, it's so important for so many things, but the information detailed in the MEMA report is important for another reason. It ensures the Corps of Engineers has the much relevant information as possible in carrying out the required environmental document for the pumps. We have to substantiate the sincere need and the facts that are there. I remain in contact with the Corps, which is continuing to work diligently to prepare what we call the Supplemental Environmental Impact Statement, and that will be up for public comment. But this process includes the economic assessment of the projected benefits and the cost of the project of overcoming what we went through in the Delta. Over 500,000 acres underwater for more than 6 months. And as he said, you know, almost 700 homes either damaged or destroyed. And then the crops that were not replanted. We have to analyze all this, and we have to evaluate those losses and get them in the form that MEMA has done so well that we can present this and go forward. So we feel really good about the pumps, but a lot of it will have to do with this study that was done so well and that the governor so graciously stepped out and took the task to get this done. But this will help with the progression of making sure that we install these pumps in the backwater of the Delta. So it is just one more step, but it's a very big step in getting this done. So we had a lot of indicators of the damage and the cost amounts. Now we have a lot of evidence to back that up, and the dollar figure will be even higher than this. But it is substantial in ensuring that we get the pumps in place and hopefully prevention down the road of this catastrophic flooding. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Senator. The Senator's successor as our Agriculture Commissioner is Commissioner Andy Gibson. He has also been working very closely with MEMA as well as the Corps in assessing the agricultural damage in the lower Mississippi Delta. And so at this time, I'm going to ask Commissioner Gibson to give us a report.
Well, thank you, Governor. I really appreciate this opportunity and sincerely appreciate yours and Senator Hyde-Smith's work on this critical issue, this crisis for our South Delta. When I was on the Mississippi River about 3 weeks ago with Colonel Robert Hilliard, I asked him what we could do, and he said what we need is this evidence, this information, the very type of information, Governor, your office, MEMA, has put together so they can complete their environmental impact study. We are expecting that study to come out in the near term. We're optimistic about it. We all agree on the fact we've got to finish the pumps. And for those who have opposed this project for years past, the environmentalists and activists, all they have to do is look at the documented evidence of the thousands of examples of wildlife that were destroyed as a result of this. The agricultural damage speaks for itself, over $800 million direct loss in terms of crops, not counting, as the Senator said, crops that were never able to be planted. I was in the South Delta 6 days ago or 7 days ago and saw thousands of acres that would have been growing cotton or corn or soybeans, and it's growing weeds and grass. And it never was able to be planted because in addition to the 2019 flood, it flooded again this year due to the high river levels, and it just was too wet to plant. So our South Delta neighbors need our help, and we're never going to stop working on this project. As the Senator works in Washington, D.C., we work here in the state of Mississippi. We will never forget the floods and the need to finish the pumps. Very encouraged by some meetings that we've had, and the Senator I know has had, Governor as well, with our Environmental Protection Agency. The agency that once, years ago, vetoed this project seems now to be receptive to it, and so we are optimistic that we will indeed finish the pumps, help our farmers, help our neighbors in the South Delta recover from this tragedy so that it doesn't happen again. And I appreciate, Governor, this opportunity. Senator, thank you both for your excellent work.
Thank you, Commissioner Gibson, Senator Cindy Hyde-Smith, for being here with us. I'm going to ask Director Michelle and Dr. Dobbs to come up, and we will give an update on COVID. Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, Senator. A little bit different. I'm going to start with Director Michelle, since his agency did do the study that was discussed, and let him give you an update on that particular item.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Governor. As has already been mentioned here today, progress is continuing to be made on trying to get this pump project initiated and to get complete. It is a very lengthy project once it would begin, so it's very important that this data be put together. Well, just to give a little back history on the backwater flood, just as a reminder, this actually began at the end of 2018 where we had 20 inches of above average rainfall. Leading into 2019, 10 inches in 2 days in late December 2018 was what really led to what became a federal disaster, which was FEMA's award of a federal declaration of 4429. The Mississippi River surpassed flood stage in January of 2019, and it remained at that level until mid-July of 2019, crested at 98.2 feet in May, and it remained at flood level for over 6 months. That area that was affected was already a very impoverished area with over 47% poverty rate. So not only was the agricultural industry affected greatly, but the people that live in those communities were affected greatly as well. The governor's already mentioned the number of homes and the acreage that was destroyed and flooded. Public assistance to date is over $26 million, and that number is rising every day as additional work statements are come in or as projects are worked on through completion. It's likely going to be several years before we truly know the total cost for the individual assistance and PA assistance for that damage. Report damage and estimates are likely to increase as more data comes in, and as a reminder, it was months before we could even get in and do damage assessments for that. So this data that's being collected, and just a reminder about the area, the 548,000 acres that were flooded, taking out the 231,000 that was farmland, had those pumps been installed, roughly 300,000 acres would have been spared had those pumps been in place. That's very important to know. So the question would be, well, why 200,000? Because the environmental issues would be addressed with that, and 200,000 acres would flood anyway to keep the wetlands there. So the bottom line is potentially 300,000 acres could be spared at that time and in the future should this project come to be. Governor, I appreciate your support in working to try to get this project completed.